Welcome to SHIFTology Live, where the practical, personal, and spiritual sides of business meet to create magic and connection in your business and life. I'm your host, Terry Wilderman, and the founder of Intuitive Leadership U. Today, I have a brilliant guest who is someone who I admire and have known for a long time, Laura Rubenstein. And Laura, she is a social media expert. And with the topic of the month being sales, believe me, she knows how to use social media to help you attract your ideal client and to make sales in a way that is spiritually focused. As you know, my ideal audience are conscious spiritpreneurs, and Laura is a conscious spiritpreneur to the max. So, Laura, please share with our audience all about you and what it is that you actually do in working with social media.
Well, I like to say I've been a marketer since before this century, so before social media. But when I saw social media come on the scene, everything I had taught and consulted with and helped brands build their businesses with was relationship marketing. And
Nice.
being a conscious entrepreneur, I love that. I love making connections and profiting by helping people, right? And helping people profit by helping people. So when I saw social media, I saw the two worlds, like it just exploded because it leveled the playing field for entrepreneurs who wanted more exposure for their heartfelt work. And so I started immersing myself into that and bringing all my relationship marketing skills to social media, mastering social media. And it's a lifelong journey because, as you know,
Yeah.
social media is always changing. Don't we love that?
Always changing.
So I make
Always
it my
changing.
business to stay connected, to learn what I can about what's changing, to take the best strategies that are proven over time and bring them into the realm of what's changing. So it's a very creative process. And then the other dynamic is the individual person who's trying to make a sale, who's trying to build their business. How do we bring strategies to them that match that are authentic, right? Because
Yes.
what's working for one thought leader may not be authentic for another.
That's
So
right.
I find that a lot of people come to me after getting an idea or seeing somebody else do something, then we have to kind of morph it into something that works for them.
Right. Got it. So, Laura, one of the things that we do at Intuitive Leadership U is offer professional development programs and services to help conscious spiritpreneurs to really launch their businesses on a solid platform. Sales is one of the pieces that helps conscious spiritpreneurs to really achieve the success that they seek. What do you see as being one of the biggest mistakes that conscious spiritpreneurs make when it comes to using social media to attract their ideal clients?
Well, I wrote a whole book on this. It's called Social Media Myths Busted, the Small Business Guide to Online Revenue. But the first one that comes to mind is you think that you use social media in a silo, that social media is going to be the one avenue that you're going to, if you build it, they will come. And
Mhm.
that works in the movies in Field of Dreams, right? In particular, if you
Yeah.
haven't seen that movie, great
Yep. Yep.
movie. But
It is a great movie.
it works best in the movies, not in real life or social media. If you build it and you build it strategically with connections to your other marketing. So what I like to ask sales teams in particular, and I think a lot of businesses forget to ask the sales side of their business, even if it's their own brain,
Mhm.
what how can social media support you in your sales process? So when you're on the phone, when you're doing your email marketing, how can social media support? First, you need a credible presence, one that's optimized. I do a lot of LinkedIn profile optimizations. I teach courses. There's a whole download on my website that you can get that's a LinkedIn, optimization and lead generation, giveaway. But you have to have an optimized presence, not only on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, wherever your target market is, not necessarily on all of them, but where your target market's hanging out and where you like hanging out as well. And if you like hanging out somewhere your target market isn't, we have to align that. We have to get back in alignment. But then, so you have this optimized presence so that if you're in the sales process, they are talking to you and they're Googling you. How does your website look, by the way? So you have your optimized social media, you have your optimized website. Every place on social media is optimized. Why I say LinkedIn first, not only it's business to business, but when you search somebody's name in Google, sometimes your LinkedIn profile comes up way before your website.
Yes.
So
Yes,
there's a
it does.
so that's like the long answer to your short question.
Okay. So what I'm getting from what you're saying is optimizing our websites, optimizing our LinkedIn profiles, especially if it's business to business. So what are your thoughts about Facebook? Because there is a big business presence on Facebook also.
Mhm. Well, again, if somebody's looking for you and they find you on Facebook, make sure your Facebook pages are current, that it's not a ghost town, that it's not, you haven't posted in 3 or 6 years because you thought it was a good.
I just saw that today. Somebody friended me and they haven't posted since 2019.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. So if you're going to use the networks for business, if you're not, don't worry about it. But if you're going to use the networks, or if you're in business and you're on the networks, either take down those pages if you're not going to use them, or start putting really good content on there. You know, the one way to great credibility is to put great content out there and showcase your thought leadership. And you can repurpose your content on your blog, on your LinkedIn articles, on Facebook. So it doesn't have to be like a lot of work on all the different networks. Do something that you can repurpose. If you like recording live streams or webinars or quick tips on video, you can turn them into the blog posts. You can turn them into infographics. You can have them transcribed. You can take a blurb out of it, a quote, and make a little image, a meme as they call them. So there's ways to repurpose and have this nice presence. Then you have to garner engagement. And on Facebook in particular, that's going to be challenging. I highly recommend using a group if you can, and then engaging people in a group. So you can get people into your page, invite them to a group, or invite them directly into your group. You can invite them from LinkedIn into your Facebook group. Groups get a lot of engagement there. They're shutting down some features and functionalities and making you pay for it at Facebook, but it's still a great way to engage with people and let them know what you're all about. And there are some strategies that I don't have time to go into, but they do work.
So you're talking about linking, no pun intended, LinkedIn and Facebook by using Facebook groups or LinkedIn groups?
Either one. But,
Okay.
if people prefer Facebook, you got to meet people where they're at, even if you don't like it.
Yeah.
But if most of your market is having a good time on Facebook, then I would say don't make them leave Facebook. If you're finding them on LinkedIn and they enjoy LinkedIn, then engage them on LinkedIn.
Got it. Got it.
The
Got
power
it.
of the direct message is very good. So that means you need connections to message. Don't spam though. That's just, there's this fine line between direct messaging just to make a connection and get to know somebody better, and spamming them. Like, hey, I want to talk to you so I can sell you something. Hey, let me show you a demo. Hey,
Yeah.
and doing that 6 times is a little much.
Yes.
Connect and connect.
Recently I had somebody, and I want to show an example of that. Recently, I had somebody who reached out to me on Facebook, and we had a chat, but right from the get-go, it was about sell, sell, sell. There was no interest in getting to know me. There was no interest in finding out what pain I had. There was no interest in finding out anything about me. It was all about sell, sell, sell. And quite frankly, it was a real turnoff. So even if I wanted that product, I wouldn't buy from that person, because not once did that person ask me about my business, about me, nothing. It was all about, this is the product, this is that. That's a real turnoff,
It is.
because if she's acting like that now, what is she going to be like after she gets the sale?
Exactly. So they're trying to use really bad sales tactics overall on social media, and they're treating it like a numbers game, and they
Yes.
will get some people, but they're going to piss off a lot of other people,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And it's kind of sad to see, because then people get in their head, LinkedIn's just that place where people spam you,
Yeah.
and it's not true. I mean, it is true, but it's not true for everybody. And then when somebody
Right.
who is authentic comes in, you're already cynical about them. So please try to
Correct.
stay uncynical, and see if you can turn around those people who do contact you. Maybe you're a right fit. They're a right fit for your service. You never
That's
know.
right. And one of the things that I do is, and this is a little tip, one of the things that I do is when people come up to me and they reach out and immediately start selling, I reverse engineer it and share with them, well, there's a way of selling, and that's one of the areas that I shine in. And I would love to share with you some of my sales tips where you may be able to get more clients. So I reverse it and I sell back to them. Exactly. And does it work all the time? No, it doesn't work all the time, but it's it's a learning to me. And I don't think all of them do get it, quite frankly. They just say, oh, well, she's trying to sell me. Hello? Guess what? What do you think you're trying to do? So when you reverse engineer that, you can get some prospects that allow you to enroll in your own programs and services.
That's right. So see it as an opportunity to show them how to do it right, and to offer them something of value that may be helpful for them. Like, even if you're a stress coach or something, you could say, hey, thanks for the invite. You must be super busy getting all these connection requests, or filling your calendar. I'd like to offer you a gift to help stress reduction. Here, take me up on it. You can just, do it back to them, like you're saying, in a way that, you never know who you're going to meet, especially if you do it with your heart put into it. If you see, sometimes I think people just have this standard cut and paste message and they never customize it. Yes. But the minute you customize it, you put some intention behind it, more things will happen. Absolutely. And you don't have to play that numbers game.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And the way Facebook is coming after people it seems like it's not even, what did I do? I'm all of a sudden in Facebook jail. What did I do? We do need to be cautious with how it is that we approach folks.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not going to say I got into Facebook jail today, but I will admit that one of the things I like to do is to message the people in my Facebook group, which is Unstoppable Intuitive Entrepreneurs on Facebook. So if you would like to join us, please do so. And I send a message. Today I was sending a message to the folks I hadn't heard from. And it's not a huge group. It's like 360 folks. And I love staying connected with them. So I sent out a whole bunch of messages. Hi, how are you? I want to see how you're doing. All of a sudden, I started getting this little red dot that says, not sent, not sent. I went, oh, I guess I reached my quota today. I'm not allowed to send any more messages. Yep. And I never had that before. I never got that before. I was like, oops, I better be cautious. I don't want to go into Facebook jail.
Yeah.
And it was just a very simple message. Just tell me what you want me to do. What you can get more out of in the Facebook group. It wasn't selling. It was, how can I serve you?
Yeah. And the thing is, Facebook tries to put in algorithms and tries to weed out the people who are doing the multiple messages just for spamming versus connecting and really getting valuable feedback. It's hard because they really don't want you to use it as a mass mailing tool. But when you want feedback from your group members, you got to do it in the group. And then if they're not seeing the group, the direct message, they're not like loving that you're doing that. So then you get thrown in Facebook jail, even though you didn't do anything. It's like, I've been there with every network. LinkedIn does it,
it's crazy.
Facebook does it. I don't know how bad Twitter is at the moment or Instagram, but I'm sure they're all going to be cracking down on it, and they're trying, because too many people take advantage of it. And sometimes we have to suffer for that, unfortunately.
Yep. And I'm seeing that.
And that brings me to, don't build your business solely related on social media. That's another big mistake people make, is they forget to build their own mailing list or text marketing list, and put their really good content on their websites, because the minute you get shut down, all your content goes down, all your connections are lost. You have to start from scratch. You feel devastated, but you don't own it. You hardly are paying for it at all, unless you're investing in ads. And even then they don't care. But, it's, don't make the mistake. Be forewarned. It's like your IT person telling you back up all your systems. And it's not my fault if you can't get back up and running in a couple of hours because you didn't back up. Right. So, or your phone contacts, I'm backup queen, always have a way to capture your connections on your website or in another
Absolutely.
format.
Absolutely. And, I think case in point, what happened a few weeks ago with Facebook when Facebook and Instagram both went down, if your entire business is on Facebook and Instagram and you have nothing on you own your website, number one. Number two, you own your email list. It really is about your proprietary information.
Right.
And when you own your stuff and keep your stuff safe, then you're in a very good, powerful place. Social media is a tool. It does not mean to invest all of your information on social media without putting it in in what I call a safe place where people can access it. Even I look at every single thing that I do. I look at it as if Facebook goes down or LinkedIn goes down or Instagram goes down, where else can I spend the day socializing and connecting with my folks, and I can send them to the information? Your website, your email list. Those are
Right.
the two biggies that we really need to keep safe and sacred in my book.
Mhm.
Sacred is really the word because that's where your business shines. So, am I off the wall with that, Laura?
No, I want you to have the best performing website you can possibly have. And what I mean by performing is it really takes care of people when they visit. They know what to do next versus click and poke around and find random things. Take them on a journey. Make sure your
Yes.
blogs are really highlighted there. Ask them for their name and email, or at least just their email, to give them something where you can communicate with them in email or in text marketing, which is big,
Mhm.
and offer to connect with them, have a button to connect with them either in a chat box or set up a call with you. Let them know you're there for them, and your email sequencing should take them on a journey too, because if they're opting in for one thing, then you know what they likely stage they're at, and
Mhm.
give them more value. Position yourself as that go-to expert that they don't need anybody else. Your social media can be a really nice curating spot too for excellent content, that so they don't have to go out to look for other people. You're
Mhm.
bringing the other people into yours. So don't worry about your feed, just filling it with all your own content. I love highlighting other people's content. That's why we created the Social Buzz Club. And it makes you look like you're a resource to them and you're a hero to the other people you're sharing. You're giving endorsements to them by sharing their content. So you're amplifying others' influence at the same time as amplifying your own.
So you just led me to the next question. We have a couple tools to share with folks to assist them, and Social Buzz Club is one of them.
Yes.
And can you get into the nitty-gritty of what Social Buzz Club actually does?
Yes. So Social Buzz Club is a platform, a content sharing platform, which means you can go in there and look at content and share it to your Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Why? Because those are the biggest ones. And Instagram is big, but it doesn't really lend itself on your feed to posting other people's content. But I want you to,
Mm.
instead of post, you can post your content any way you want, directly using Hootsuite, Buffer, Agorapulse, so whatever you love to use, Recur Post, doesn't matter. That's your own. That's for your own content primarily. But if you want to curate other people's content, and it's I like to call this gamified content sharing, and it's very reciprocal. You will not be able to have other people share your content until you share other people's content. And so it really has a fairness built in and a funness built in. It's kind of like you earn frequent flyer points every time you share somebody's content, and you can try it out for free as you're showing on the screen at
Yep.
socialbuzzclub.com/shiftbuzz. And that will be the link you can do to get a free 14-day trial. And it's really important for building relationships. It's important to getting other people to support you and to building community.
Hmm. And what I love about Social Buzz Club is you have some real high level folks on that
We
platform
do.
that are sharing each other's content. And it's a very powerful platform that, honestly, when it comes to writing, it helps you get the juices going because you know that these high powered people are going to be promoting you
Yes,
and you will be promoting their stuff too.
absolutely. And I love sharing out other people's content. That's like 80% of my feeds. And I will tell you, you're right on, because if you're not putting out good content, it's not going to get shared. It's 100% choice, right? But if you have compelling content that showcases your thought leadership, and it's not all about just sharing a sales page, more like here's 6 ways to solve this problem. Here's the steps to opening up blah blah blah. Whatever it's going to be, reduce your stress, get more sales, increase your influence. Whatever your content is, or use a certain tool. Please, those are blog posts. Those get shared a lot, and always have the little insider tip. Always have a nice sized image on it, a big image, because then when it goes into social media, it will populate with the image.
Nice, nice, nice. And then we have another tool that I don't have the link to right now. Let's see. I will go ahead and put create a quick banner for it. Talk to us about the other tool you and I were discussing.
So
Please.
I like, like I said, I'm a marketer first and a social media marketer second. What if we can combine the worlds of automation and snail mail and get you to be able to be in touch with clients, existing clients, past clients, future clients, on purpose, giving them a little piece of thoughtfulness? Put mailboxpowercards.com in there, mailboxpowercards.com. And that will give you an opportunity to check out the thoughtfulness engine. And no, mailboxpowercards.com.
Oh, sorry.
or greeting card assistant.com. Greeting card assistant, by the way, is a birthday challenge, and you have a chance to win $1,000 actually if you send out 30 birthday cards in a month.
There you go.
Yeah, greeting card assistant is
and
really—
just today I sent somebody to Mailbox Power because they were looking for a resource to be able to send gift boxes, actually gift basket with a certificate inside of it to their prospective clients.
Yes.
And I shared with her this specific website because on mailpower.com you can create your own box. You can put your own logo, your own stuff on it, and you can fill it with whatever it is you want and the gift certificate. So it's a great tool to be able to send out the Christmas and Thanksgiving baskets that are that are right around the corner.
Well, I can share my screen and actually show you what you're talking about.
Go ahead.
Go ahead and put it on. So you're talking about swag boxes. What if you can make personalized swag boxes? Put journals in there, put mugs with the people's name on it or your logo and design on it, put brownies, put certificates, put, all kinds of things, that gift items. That's what you're talking about. And if you want to try it out, greetingcardassistant.com is where you can get that birthday challenge going. And for $49. And there's like so many ways to even get your money back that I'm going to put in my bonus appreciation marketing ebook for you about how to profit from doing the, what I call appreciation marketing strategies and using a thoughtfulness engine. So, it's so fun to be able to, I've loved doing this for years, whether it's sending out a postcard with my picture on it from my vacation versus, just the Grand Canyon. How about me in the Grand Canyon, right? And then I see these people's, my cards on their refrigerators for years, right? And then same thing with clients of mine. I congratulate them and put a picture of their book on it or their picture in their book. I send them brownies with their picture of their book on it, because then they're like so touched. It makes them feel so important. When you make people feel important, what do you think comes back to you, right?
Of course, of course. Yeah. So we are in a place where you now have a clear understanding of how social media can benefit you, how social media can get you into trouble. which B2B platforms to work with, mostly Facebook and LinkedIn. We talked with you about the Social Media Buzz Club, which is or Social Buzz Club, which is a brilliant tool to use to get your social media content out there with the likes of a lot of heavy hitters that Laura has attracted to her platform. And there's also mailboxpower.com where you can use cards, you can give gifts, you can do all kinds of stuff. And I use this. I use Mailbox Power to send my daughter, who was deployed, a box that had gluten-free brownies in it. She needs
Yeah.
to be
Mhm.
gluten-free. And I was ecstatic that I was able to do that. And there were some challenges with the address, and the customer service with these folks was absolutely fantastic. And my
They're
daughter
on
had a
there. They're
fantastic time.
so helpful. You're so right. Whoops.
Yeah, they really, really are. So that's really important to take a good look at. So, Laura, thank you so very much for being here today with us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your insights on social media. We are promoting on November 8th. We do start my call to action, of which Laura has given you a lot of information on some of the things we're going to be sharing. My call to action is on November 8th. We start the client creator attractor sales process. It is working with your ideal client and be able to serve them, identifying your specific behavior style. One of the things about your behavior style is we all have a specific way of selling. And when we understand what our sales behavior style is, we can adapt to other people. Remember, I was talking about earlier about that person that all they did was sell, sell, sell to me. They didn't even ask what I was, how I was, anything about my business. That person is a dominant behavior style. Go, 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 go. They weren't in their bodies, they were completely disconnected. And when you know that you're that type of salesperson, and it will be identified in the profiles we're going to be doing for you, you understand, like, whoa, what did I just do? That person pushed me away because they didn't make an effort based on my body language, my voice, and my tone of words. Okay. They didn't make an effort to sell to me in my language, my sales language, my communication language. So we're going to be getting into the DISC profile: dominant, influential, steady, and conscientious. You're going to be getting a large 50-page profile to share with you. And it's going to be 6 weeks of training. It's a 12-week course, 6 weeks of training on this DISC sales program. And then we're going to be getting into law of attraction. We're going to be getting into stress and how each of the behavior styles operate in stress when it comes to sales. We're also going to be getting into clearing out the self-sabotaging emotions that get in the way, because let's face it, some of us are petrified of sales and we're petrified of being visible. So I'm going to be working with you to get clear of all that gobbledygook so
Yes.
that you can really present the best of yourself and your ideal offer.
You know what
So
I love
join
about
us.
that?
The what?
I just love that because you're teaching people how to sell better by connecting deeper with people,
Yeah.
and whether they're messaging in cards, whether they're messaging on social media.
Yes.
As if you're going to sell, you have to resonate with people. If you're going to
Yes.
resonate with people, you have to understand yourself and how you're coming
Mhm.
across, and why other people are, what their motivations are as well. And the DISC assessment is so powerful for really getting a deeper understanding of how to connect with
It
people.
really is. And Laura's part of my expert team, and we did do the DISC profile for our team. And it was fascinating to see how each of us responded in that team. And then we didn't do it from a sales perspective, we did it from a team perspective. And there were a couple of ha's because we were surprised at how many of us were at the same in the same behavior style, yet we were operating differently because of our motivators and because of our emotional intelligence, which are the two pieces that are added to the DISC profile. So I encourage you to please join us. If you're a conscious spiritpreneur who really wants to elevate your sales and your offer and get rid of all the baggage that's holding you back, it starts on November 8th. Connect with me and we'll have a chat to see if the program is actually a match for you. So again, Laura, thank you so very much for being here today. We talked about a lot of different things. We offered 3 different things. We offered the Sales Success Program. We offered Social Buzz Club. We offered Mailbox Power. There's a lot of really juicy stuff to help our audience to really connect with their ideal client. So thank you so very much. And to my Shiftology Live audience, thanks again for hanging around. And I hope you learned 1, 2, or 3 new things. And I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at either 1 o'clock or 4 o'clock. And we'll be connecting again very, very soon. Oh, and if you would like, join my Facebook group, Unstoppable Intuitive Entrepreneurs to Your Success.
See you there.
Bye-bye.